Once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News today. Let's start off with pretty well news around the world. Start off with some news from African fighters or African fighters who are now fighting out of other countries. But anyway, heavyweights Efe Ajagba, 18-1, and Joe Goodall, 10-1. Faced off at the final press conference for their 10-round clash coming up at the Tahoe Blue Event Center in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Ajagba and Goodall fought as amateurs, with Goodall earning a decision in the semifinals at the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. But nearly 10 years later, the two are ready to settle the score. Said Efe, "We sparred each other a long time ago, and I lost to him in the Commonwealth Games in 2014. So that's a guy I lost to. This fight will be a rematch for me. This fight means a lot to me because of that loss. I'm going to come as a beast in the ring. I'm going to come with everything, the training, the sparring, everything I did. I've been knocking people out in sparring. I'm going to put all of that in the fight," retorted Joe Goodall. Without giving too much away, his only loss was to Frank Sanchez. I watched that fight. Frank's movement was pretty good in that fight. I don't want to say I'll copy him, but there are some things in that fight that I can implement. But once again, we sparred before. We know each other well, so it's about executing the plan on fight night. Very good. Another name we haven't heard in a while, Ben Whittaker, who was in the last Olympic Games, who we reported on daily and followed his progress. He's now professional. He's 4-0. But on another level, due to unforeseen circumstances, Dan Aziz, who was forced to postpone his highly anticipated matchup with Joshua Buatsi in October, and if Ben Whittaker had been able to, at the time, he would have offered his services just a few days before the bout to step in. Ben, from England, had sustained an injury himself then, however, and was therefore not able to fill in quickly to fight Buatsi on behalf of Dan Aziz, who, by the way, is a 20-0 fighter. Buatsi, by the way, is 17-0 with 13 knockouts. Said Ben Whittaker, if something like that was there and I didn't have a nickel and I was in fight shape, I would have jumped in. If that availability came, if Aziz pulled out, I would say I'd fight Buatsi because style-wise, it's perfect for me. I would say put me in there. I'm getting money and a world title shot after that. It's a no-brainer. So, yes, I would have jumped into something like that. You can't rush things, though. He still sees himself fighting boxers like Buatsi from Accra, Ghana, and Dan Aziz from England. And after their rescheduled fight, Whittaker wants to box the winner. The loser, they've got nothing for me. The winner's the one you want to aim for. I think my style is all wrong for them. Theirs is right for me. They can all fight, but my whole amateur career, my whole younger career was just guys running at me. So if I have to have a boxer or that, I'd say give me one of them because it's easy. Light heavyweight's a real tough weight at the moment, continued Whittaker. They can all punch, of course. They can all come forward, but no one is really speedy. No one is fast. No one really counter punches, and that's all me. I know when the time comes, I can really switch on and put a clinic on and box. At the moment, I'm having fun. TikTok seems to like what I'm doing, so I'm doing it. Showboating, that is. All right, good for him. One of the most naturally talented and exciting young and unbeaten fighters around, Vergil Ortiz, who we haven't mentioned in a while, will finally make his return to the ring in January when he'll move up from 147 to 154 pounds. It's reported that Ortiz, 19-0, 19 knockouts, before his enforced layoff of almost 18 months, was one of the best welterweights out there. And he'll now face Frederick Lawson in Las Vegas on January 6th. Health problems have been at least plagued the 25-year-old Ortiz, suffering from a condition called rhabdomyolysis, and with Ortiz reportedly fainting in his dressing room prior to his ill-fated fight with Imantas Stanionis. And this, a matchup that was scheduled to happen no less than 3 times, only for it to fall apart due to Stanionis undergoing surgery for an appendectomy. But now, promoter Oscar De La Hoya says Ortiz out of Texas is ready to come back stronger than ever before to become a world champion. He's got the heart and dedication. He's on a mission to be a world title holder, said De La Hoya. I know he'll make a statement in this new division against the powerful warrior from Ghana in Frederick Lawson. Golden Boy will be starting 2024 with a bang, and we're proud to have Vergil launch our action-packed boxing schedule for the year. All right. Someone else who's going to be entering the ring after a big long layoff, Jermall Charlo will end a 2.5-year layoff when he fights Jose Benavidez Jr. on November 25th, as was reported yesterday in Las Vegas. Charlo's WBC middleweight title won't be on the line in the 10-round bout. It's unclear what weight Charlo Benavidez will fight is at. The fight card is on the undercard of the David Benavidez-Demetrius Andrade fight. And rounding out that undercard, Hector Luis Garcia in a 130-pound title defense versus Lamont Roche. And the previously reported Subriel Matias, Shohajan Ergafshev title fight. So good stuff to look forward to upcoming in November. Over we go to Italy. Sandor Martin Clemente, the Spanish professional boxer, is expected to return to the ring to challenge his opponent, a Belgian boxer, Mohammed Marcouchi, in Italy before the year's end. Since 2019, the Spanish boxer has held the European super lightweight title. The upcoming event will be held in Turin, where Italy's OPI will organize and promote the event. Martin, by the way, he's 43. Wow, 41-3. Wow, 14 knockouts. Is expected to fight his opponent, Marcouchi. He's 29-3 himself, 12 knockouts, for 8 rounds in the super lightweight division. Currently, Martin is the World Boxing Championship #1 in the 140-pound category and the challenger for the winner of the Devin Haney versus Regis Progress fight. Martin, 30 years old, started his professional boxing career back in 2011. And in the last 3 years, he's had 4 fights. He defeated Mikey Garcia by majority decision back in 2021. In 2022, defeated Jose Felix in April, then lost a fight to Teofimo Lopez through split decision in December. And this year, he fought a former Italian super lightweight champ, Arblin Kaba, with a 6-round score before the stoppage. Said Sandor, I'm happy to fight twice in 2023. I'll do my best to give an outstanding performance with my managers, the Churchy family of Opie since 82. I look forward to the new year in order to find finally a world title chance. Mohammed, by the way, emerged victorious by knockout in his last fight against Georgi Gimnashvili from Georgia in May 2023. That'd be Georgia over in Europe. He has a total of 32 fights and 29 wins, 3 losses, no draws. And Martin certainly looks forward to the end of the year with a bang in this last fight. Good for him. All right, let's end today's episode with some news from our good friend Don King. Only 92 years of age. And according to Amy Kaplan, who's writing for BoxingNews24.com, says, not even thinking about hanging up the gloves, says Don King, maestro of the Only in America saga. And he's cooking up a couple of fights that'll get old-timers and new blood talking. On December 2nd at Casino Miami at JLI in Florida, it's time for Adrian Broner, a.k.a. The Problem, as he steps into the ring for the second time under King's banner. He's squaring off with Chris Howard, sporting an 18-2-1 record with 8 knockouts. Broner's tank, how full is it? Is anyone's guess, but King's betting on Broner like he's a blue chip stock. But before Broner's big night, King's dropping another card this upcoming Saturday at the same spot. It's a comeback saga for Ilunga Makuba, the former WBC Cruiserweight Kingpin, and he's itching to snatch back that title from Badu Jack, which was snatched from him earlier this year. Badu Jack has bolted up to Bridgerweight, leaving a golden ticket for Makuba to make his move. Makuba's stats read like a hitter's dream: 29-3, 25 knockouts, and he's going to go toe-to-toe with Nola Mekian, a tough nut with a 26-2 record and 11 knockouts. Label, this fight is unpredictable, and you'll be spot on. Their headline at night, they're calling Only in America 92 celebration, and it's packing more than just one cruiserweight fight. Let's shift to the heavyweight rumble. As I've mentioned before, Trevor Bryan, 22-1, 50 knockouts, is about to throw down with Cassius Chaney. Talk about a mirror match. Chaney's got the same stats, 22-1. Bryan's coming off a tough loss where Daniel Dubois stopped him in his tracks, while Chaney's riding the high from an August 2022 win over at Matthew McKinney. Then there's Jonathan Guidry, standing at 19-1-2 with 11 knockouts, and he's sharing the ring with knockout king Jesus Escalara, probably Jesus Escalara, the man who laid out all 19 of his past opponents. Chew on this. Escalara is a 43-year-old enigma with a record that reads like a who's who of who's that. Still, he's got a puncher's chance, and Guidry's style promises fireworks. These latest gigs from King may not be the showstoppers of yesteryear. Remember the days of Tyson headlining a card stacked with Chavez, Nelson, McClellan, and Norris? Those were the nights when fight fans really got a bang for their buck. But give King his due. The man's got a knack for stitching together a fight night. And so for a fistful of dollars, he's only offering these fights at $19.95. Wow. US. To be precise. You can snag a virtual seat at the King's latest boxing bonanza over on Fight TV. The guy's as tireless as they come, 92 years old, still in the game, much like his old sparring partner, Bob Arum. They don't make him like Don King and Bob Arum anymore. True boxing impresarios. That's it for me today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it.